Okay, in this video, we're going to look at how to do a scatter plot from this data. So in the last video, I just showed you how to find these equations on the calculator and put the data into a table. So the next part is I want to show you how you can actually show the scatter plot of this thing and also show the regression line in connection to the data. So what you do is open up a new page. So we still have the same information here. We have all this information still in the calculator here in tab number 1. We're going to open up a new page. And this time we're going to go to number 5, add data and statistics. So if I go to number 5, I'm going to see this. This is the data dots all over the place. There's no rhyme or reason to them. They're just on the page. But I can give it organization and show the scatter plot by simply going down here. Move the cursor down to the bottom where it says click, add a variable. I click on that. This is my x-axis, so I'm going to put in the A's as my input data. And so it lines it all up. But again, that's not much. So I can come over here on the Y, and there's a box over here. Even though you can't see it, it will pop up right there. If I click on that and put in the B data, and there it is. It lines it all up, and this is what the graph would look like. So if I didn't know what kind of regression to choose, I can do this and kind of get a feel for, well, that kind of looks like an exponential, okay? Or it might look like one of these, a logistics growth curve. So let's look at this and see, well, what would the exponential look like? Well, I don't need to type in this equation. All I need to do is go back to menu and go down here to analyze. And down here, I have one, you'll have one also that'll say regression. And it gets you to that same list of all the regressions you can do. And I can have it show me the exponential one. Because we already found the equation, we have this equation right here. Show me the exponential, and I select it, and it will draw it in there. And so that is the exponential curve of this equation right here. If you look close to that, you can see the data, the same numbers that I have here. So it gives you the equation also. So this is another place you can pull it off. And you can see how well your curve matches your data. And it did fine for a while, but it looks like it's kind of tapering, not really doing so well here at the top end. So we can then, well, I say, well, I don't think that's a good equation. Let's see if I can find a better one. And I know that we had this model that we went off of. So I'm going to open up a new page again. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. We go to number 5. There's the data again, all scattered all over the place. I'm going to reset it again. So here is going to be the A's. And here is going to be the B's. There's that curve, the dots again. That's my scatter plot. And this time I'm going to go to menu. I'm going to go down to number 4, which is analyze. I'm going to go down to where it says regression. For me, that's number 6. And this time I'm going to do the logistics one. Show logistic, B equals 0. That's what I have right here. Select that one, and there's the curve there. So, and it shows you the equation. If you look closely here, you'll see the exact same equation that I have written right here. It's kind of harder to see, it's so small, but you can kind of see the data. It's more decimal places than what I had down here. But you can see this curve is a much better curve. It matches all the data points much better. So for this one, I would use the logistics growth one. And anytime we do a population, a lot of times you want to, for a short amount of time, depending on until it starts getting to its high end, the short periods of time, exponential will work fine. For a longer period of time, the logistics growth curve works best for population growth because it has a ceiling that it can't get across. It has a horizontal asymptote way up here somewhere. And we can figure out what that is a little bit later. So that's how I would do this if I wanted to see the scatter plot and see how my regression curve fits to my data points. And you can just put this into your own table, your own graph, and it should look just like that when you get done.